Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming. It's Jingle Week on Brand, Jimmy Fallon's new show made for us. It's about advertising. I'm Rob Mayhew. I'm the host of Off Brand, where we look at last night's episode. It was episode 4. It was a good one. It really was a good one. I was excited because I love a jingle. I'm old, so I know the power of a jingle. Back in the day, you only had radio, audio was all you had. That was important. But jingles have stayed alive. You've got some classic jingles throughout all the different eras. We all remember them from our childhood, but they're bringing them back. TikTok has brought jingles back, and that is exciting. So let's get into it. What happened? Well, last week, Mahari won Marshalls. Did a great job. Thought he did fantastic. He comes from the fashion world. That is his world now, and he was a worthy winner. This week, it's Sonic, not this Sonic, a different Sonic. Sonic fast food, famous for their kind of incredible different variety of drinks you can have on a hot day. That's what it's all about. So we got pitched, I say we, the team got pitched by Jim, also known as JT, who is the president of Sonic. Last night's brief was this: create us a new drink, a buzzworthy drink that included a jingle and was a viral drink. And they had an hour. And again, not a lot of time to come up with a drink idea. And may I just say as well, the pressure was on because this week there was going to be an elimination. I've worked out now there's an elimination on a Friday. Okay? Not a Tuesday, it's just a Friday. So that's good. Because I was a bit like, why did no one get eliminated on Tuesday? But that's fine. They give them a bit of a chance to recover. So, first up, so JT was like, do you know what? I'm the president. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't do everything. And that's nice to hear that from a client, because most clients do come in and think like, do you know what? I'm pretty much an expert on everything. No, this is not JT. He brought in Mackenzie, who is the culinary and menu innovation, because what's going to happen is the winner is going to get their viral drink. I hate the word viral, by the way. If any client comes to me and wants something viral, I shut down. I'm like, what is this, like 10 years ago? What are we trying to do here? But look, they've used the word, I see where they've used the word viral for this. It's easy to grasp, isn't it? So the prize here at the end of the day is that you're going to be in like 3,500 stores with your viral drink. So it's, again, a great worthy client to win. You get to actually see your product that you're coming up with and the jingle in store. So again, doesn't feel like a prize that was just made for the show. I mean, it was, but it feels like actually it's got some legs there. So well done, Sonic, for that. So Mackenzie's on board. So here we go. Who came up with Crackalicious? That was Sabrina. So I'm not going to go through the jingles, all right? Because number one, I have zero production skills. So to input the jingles into this would take far too long on a Saturday morning. Number two, I'm not singing them. So go and check out the show. It's on Peacock. Crackalicious. I really like this. I'll tell you why. Because her drink was, you'd crack the cup, because it was sort of a chocolate thing, and then you drink it. I mean, first up, brilliant. You crack the flavor. Love delicious. I love it. I love everything about it. Feedback from the client was crack is a problem. So maybe it's crackle-licious. Good feedback. I get that. But straight off the bat, Sabrina coming in strong here. Because when we say viral, I don't think a jingle is going to go viral from this campaign. What will go viral and what will make people on TikTok liking it is this kind of crack you're getting when you're playing with the thing. It's like, that's really the jingle. So really good one off the bat there, Sabrina. Proud of you. Then we had Elijah with blueberry scone sip. My God, I love a scone. Very British. And I think they had a problem with that. Okay, America's going through a moment at the minute where it's all about America. And so feedback was, where can we stick the flag on this? Where can we stick the American flag on this? Which quite evidently could have been the straw. But I think this was a nice idea. Good product. Can't remember the jingle, which goes to tell you it wasn't very good. Then we had Bianca, who, by the way, has been excellent every single week. So here she was with a very much a country cowboy thing. This was Bandits Bourbon Caramel Cold Brew. Bit of a mouthful, but sort of really about linking up with the kind of cowboy western that's very hot right now, evident from a lot of artists, musical artists, moving into country music. They love this, and she put a little hat on it as well because she gets it. She's so good at presenting as well. Love that. Then we had the Sonic Glow. Now, when I watched this, I highlighted this, Lauren. So Lauren was the one that presented Sonic Glow because I thought if you could make your drink glow, all right. Yeah, if that was 5 years ago, people would have been like, that feels toxic. The world has changed now. I think people will have loved a glowing drink, but I'm not sure how she could have done that. But that would have gone viral, that's for sure. So that was my feedback there, Lauren. I actually really liked Sonic Glow. It felt very TikTok. So I think you were in a chance for this one, Lauren. I do. Then we had Moon Mist. This is Ryan. Yeah, all right. I mean, don't really get it, but decent. Unlike the others, looking at this, I see a sort of a very bright blue drink, which is terrifying. Then we had, who's this? Then we had Piper, tiramisu float. Too complex. That was the feedback for this one. Too much to put in. You've got to think about they're going to be making this drink. So the back of the minds, with the contestants are thinking creativity, the client's thinking, no, this isn't going to happen. Please, someone just present the idea of water. That's what we can do. But I like the visuals on this, and I would eat a tiramisu float, hands down. Raj then came up with Fire and Ice. I didn't mind this, Raj. Apparently it turned pink, which was the problem here. But this had potential. Felt very Sonic. Then we had Mahari, the winner from last week's episode. Last episode. Gummy Yummy Berry Flush. Good flavors. Just it didn't feel special. And, Mahari's used to delivering some special stuff, didn't feel special. So who won? Oh, didn't mention Azeli, who came up with the cherry cheesecake cold brew. There's a lot of this cold brew going on. When people think viral, they think cold brew. So who won? Well, it was the always brilliant Bianca. She got through with her Bandits Bourbon Caramel Cold Brew. Feedback was, let's step away from Bandits. We don't want people turning up at the drive-thrus as bandits. Not a good look. And then who else? There we go. First time into moving forward to lead the creative teams is the excellent Sabrina with her Crackalicious. Again, this hadn't got through, I would have been mad. Brilliant idea. And I think it was personally, I think it was between Bianca and Lauren. And Bianca did a great presentation. And it just has legs. And it was cold brew. It just felt right. So well done, everyone. So they broke up in teams. They broke up into 2 teams. Bearing in mind, the winning team was safe. The losing team, one person would get eliminated. So that's, it's it's a big deal. It's a big deal. They then had to launch the product. So they're given a few days. I think it was a few days. Someone fact check me on that. It could have been 4 hours in this show. To go away, sort out a launch party, develop the drink a bit better, and they were going to have their jingle performed on stage at the launch. So here we are. This is Brewed for the Bold. This is what Bianca developed hers into. She replaced Bandits with Bold, so Bold Bourbon Caramel Cold Brew. Lovely. Does sound good, actually. Not going to lie, Bianca. Does sound great. And then here we have it, Crackalicious. Again, an incredible, I think, a brilliant idea from Sabrina. Just the way you can crack the cup and the chocolate kind of falls. You can have different flavors of chocolate. I just think it's a brilliant idea. I do. And they had a party. They had a party I was not invited to. A lot of people were, and they got to kind of feedback. The client, JT, got to watch and witness what product was being enjoyed most. Were they into the crack? Were they into the cold brews? It got quite heated because Sabrina moved a little. Her feedback was to go a little bit more dessert. It felt more dessert. So that was the feedback. She moved a little bit into coffee and lied about it to Bianca's face to try and justify it. But look, this is pitching. Bianca should have just taken Crackalicious. Or maybe had a little cracked straw. Anyway, she didn't. But yeah, the people enjoyed both products. It was quite it was a tie, I would say. Difficult one to choose from. That's when you then go into the client. Well, really, what the practical we've got to deliver this in store, 3,500 stores. Crackalicious or the bourbon caramel cold brew. Realistically, they know one might be easier to make than the other. But look at that, all these people there enjoying it. Fantastic, love that. Then we had Erica Jane from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills perform the jingles. You need to watch the show to watch the jingles. They were good. The jingles were good in the end. But the jingles aren't the thing that's going to go viral. It's the drink that's going to go viral. So who won? So this is a stage performance, by the way. They had dancers that went all in. So good work, Erica. But we had a winner, okay? After the pitch, they had obviously, the format is they get to stand up there, destroy the other's idea. I thought they both pitched very well. Bianca, again, just pitches fantastic. I thought Sabrina probably lost a little bit of just reminding them about how viral that Crackalicious could have been, that little the crunch. Because you get that on TikTok, then it's going to blow up. But we had a winner. We had a winner. Look who it was. Bianca. I think it's the first time. I feel like she's been in the finals. Like she's been selected as a creative lead a few times, but has she not won? I don't think she has. Bianca, let me know if you have won. What happened on the first? So we had Marshalls, Southwest Airlines. No, because Ryan won it, didn't he? Bianca, well done. You deserved it. You've been top of the class every week. And I think you should have won a few other weeks as well. But brilliant. She deserved it. I do say this, though, and I will die on this hill. I think Crackalicious could have won. I think Sabrina, I don't know whether it was the complexity of it. Maybe they're just not going to sell as many. But the brief was viral. I think the Crackalicious was incredible. But I think, you've got to make what the client wants, essentially. That's always the challenge with a brief like this. They always say they want viral, but actually there's a lot of things that go into it. I think the jingles were great, but I think just the cold brewness of Bianca's won it. And, it's a great story behind it. The bourbon caramel cold brew does sound delicious and is very in line with what they do. I think that the Crackalicious, I don't know, I just thought it was great. So you should keep your head up very high there, Sabrina. Very worthy second place. But congratulations, Bianca. We had to lose someone, though, because that's what happens on Friday nights now. We lose someone. Do you know who it was? There was a few up for it. But sadly, before I get into that, Bianca was able to go and see her 3,500 stores. That must feel good, Bianca, going to see your product in store. Yeah, well done. But we lost Raj. We did. It's going back to lecture marketing, head held high. His creative ideas, his strategy, it just wasn't working. You can be an academic of marketing, but it's a different thing to be creative on the day when you've got an hour that's going to just move at that speed of culture, as everyone in the industry likes to say. So yeah, Raj is going home, and Bianca was the winner. Great episode. Well done, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. It's going to be a big one, and I'm really getting into this show now. It's fun, it's creative, and I really enjoyed what Sonic brought to this episode because I love a jingle. I love a jingle. Right, see you next week.